Alright gang, no nonsense because it's Sunday. Going to show you my strategy. Going to show you my winning trades over the past few weeks. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, etc. And get some alerts down below. So, this is my strategy. It's so simple, anyone could do it. Say this is your price action. There we go, that's my price action. All I do every single day, I go and I mark out the obvious swing lows. It's really so simple. A child could do it, as I keep saying to everybody. It takes me like 5 seconds. This is literally what I do myself. And then all I do is I'll set alerts at these levels and wait for them to get hit. Once these levels get hit, like this for example, I'm looking for a reaction. If we form ourselves a nice 2, 3, 5 minute fair value gap like this, we sweep liquidity and we get an inverse. This is what I'm looking for. High probability reversal conditions. I am looking for 3 candle V-shape inverses like this after liquidity swept. Say this is a liquidity sweep, you form the fair value gap and then you inverse the fair value gap back up after the sweep. High probability trading, guys. This is what I like. Sweeping liquidity, bullish reversal, inversing the gap, lots of momentum, and then this is what I do. I trade 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5, 25 trading accounts, copy traded, some Apexes, Lucids, MFUs, whatever. And I risk $200 per trade. So what I do is I enter on the inversion of that gap like this. And then I size for about halfway between the gap and the low. So this is about $200 risk here. If it comes down and closes back below the gap, I'll consider that a loss. And I will close the position for about $200 when we close back below the gap. But if I'm right, and I'm right a lot of the time because of this specific strategy that I use, we'll come up and we hit 1 for 1, which is my first target. At which point I will scale half my position at 1 for 1 for $100 profit. And then I'll go break even on the rest and I will set runners for liquidity above. And for the past 3 months, I think I've only lost once trading this strategy. And then I think I've had about 10 or 15 winners. Maybe had 1 or 2 losses maximum that I can think of. And this is the strategy. It's really so simple. Anyone could do it. So this is your inverse here. Sized for halfway between the low and the gap. I hit 1 for 1. I go break even. I scale half my position. I'll have a runner for this high, which is obvious. And then maybe a runner for another high above, which would be obvious. And that is it. It's so simple. Anyone could do it. And I'm going to show you my trades from last week. And there were 0 trades last week because last week's price action was absolute dog shit. No, it wasn't dog shit, but there wasn't anything that met my criteria specifically for my model that I trade. If you look, Monday, basically it was just a huge bearish week, but we didn't have any kind of momentum back up after sweeping liquidity. Monday we just pumped, so no trades. Tuesday we just dumped, and we did sweep liquidity here, but we had no clean inverses that I would have taken, so no trades. Wednesday we just dumped again. As you can see here, we did actually have some really janky inverses in general. This 5 minute here inverse, but I didn't take this because look at this momentum. This is not what you want to see. You don't want to see your fair value gap here after your liquidity sweep just get filled and then retraced into, and then again, no. You want to see this bang bang like that. Momentum, closing over, good chance of continuing back up. That's what you want. You can see down here, really, we just respected bearish all day. No trades here. Loads of garbage price action, as people would say in America. Garbage price action. And then, what did we have? Thursday. There was technically, I know a lot of people trade ICT and fair value gaps, and I trade that as well, but a simplified version. You can see this. There was a 5 minute short here, which actually worked. I don't really take shorts at all anymore because my win rate is just lower on them. But this one worked, as you can see, for about a 2 to 1. Where basically you can see what happened. We actually did have a 5 minute long here as well. Which I was potentially going to alert, but it happened right at open. And I wasn't convinced that we were just going to come back straight back down. Because on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Was it Wednesday? There was a day right before open one of these days. It was here, look. It was Wednesday. This is why I knew the price action for the week was cooked, guys. Look at this. So, yes, start new. So This is before open. We've come down. We've swept this obvious low. We've got this 5-minute inverse here, but it's taken a while to inverse, as you can see. But then we actually inverse it right before open, as you can see. And then look what happens. Like, you don't want to be involved in trades right before open like this most of the time, because unless you can go break even before you get to open. This has happened to me a few times recently because price action has been poor in general. And I think, like, price action that last week was just absolute ass. Friday, again, like I said, where are we? Friday basically just pumped up and had a relief rally all the way throughout the day, as you can see. Nothing really that you could have taken here. Let's look at Friday's open on the 1 minute here. Even on the 1 minute, I mean, you could have taken this, but I mean, it's just so far away from the gap at that point. We've already taken the liquidity. You could see price action on Friday was very strange. Lots of inverses in each direction. Inverse the 15-minute down and then pumped back up. Basically, price action last week, total shit. I didn't trade any of it. But the price action the week before was very good. And these are where I'm getting my examples of trades. I took 3 winners on that week. I'm going to show you them very quickly. You know my strategy now because I've told you it a billion times. So let's go. We open up. New week opening gaps gets filled. We're obviously bullish. We come down. We sweep liquidity. This is the 5-minute time frame. We come down. We sweep this obvious low. We get an absolutely perfect, beautiful 3-candle pattern V-shape on the 5-minute. Insanely high win rate. Took this with about 3 or 4 micros, risking $200. Waiting to hit 1 for 1. This is not rocket science, guys. We hit 1 for 1. I scale half, $100. Go break even on the rest. Free trade. And then I allow the trade to play out throughout the rest of the day. We come up. After we push up again here for a 3 to 1. I trailed another micro because I've got 2 micros left. Remember, if I took it with 4 micros. For about another $200 profit. So about a $300 profit. And then basically, I held the final micro into New York Open, which pumped all the way up to this level up here. Made about $600 or $700 because I made about $300 or $400 on the final micro. Incredible trade, incredibly simple. This is what you want to be looking for. Sweep. Look at this perfect candle reaction. This is what you want. Perfect reaction. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely what you want to see. Simple as you like. Don't complicate things. Wait for price action that suits you. Another one. Straight after. The day after here, because I wasn't trading again after getting such a banger. Really obvious. Accumulation sideways. Due to swing down at open. We get the 5-minute gap here. The 5-minute gap inverses. And then I took this with two or three. I think I took this with 3 micros. $200 risk. Obvious liquidity above. This is not rocket science, guys. Look at this trend line area. You can see there's probably tons of orders up here that are going to get smacked. Amazing momentum back up after sweeping liquidity. Targeting a 1 for 1. 2 for 1, 3 for 1, whatever you like. Made about 400 or 500 on this one. It's not rocket science, guys. This is what you want to be seeing. We're going into Wednesday. We've pumped 1 billion points overnight. So I'm thinking price action is going to be shit. And then we come into London. We're chopping. We come into New York. We're chopping really bad. We've got FOMC in the evening because I'm on UK time. So there's no way in hell that I'm trading this shit before FOMC. As you can see, there were inverses here, but they all failed. Because we've got FOMC, we get this ridiculous 3-minute here that I didn't take. Because the price action was so crap all day. But as you can see, this would have worked. I could have took this with a micro for $200 risk. So I could have made a, you know, $200 to $300 on this if I wanted to. But I didn't take it. But you can see this would have been a winner. And I'm pretty sure there was a trade on Thursday as well. Which was here. Huge dump to the downside. Massive, massive, massive dumps. Billions and billions and billions of dollars wiped out of the market. Incredible, incredible dumping past liquidity point after liquidity point. And then we come down to here. And then we finally get a momentum candle and a 5-minute inverse. 2 5-minute inverses in a row, actually, which is pretty bullish. I decided to take this because after such an incredible dump of like 500 points or whatever this is, 600 and 700 points, this just looked pretty light bulb to me, personally. As you can see, I only took this with 1 micro, but I actually made about $300 or $400 on this by trailing my stop. As you can see, this worked. This was perfect. And that's it, guys. It's really not rocket science. I just wait for conditions that suit me. I appreciate you watching. I want you to watch again, so subscribe. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, check back for daily videos, and get alerts and signals in the description below. That's it. Welcome to the channel.